Hey, it's Stanislav, or Gustav, or whatever. Just kind of playing with names, I guess. I'm doing Catfish Season 1, Episode 4, and I was just doing that really quick because I wanted to tell you all about it. And it's an episode of how vindictive people can get and how desperate, I guess, either the Catfish people or MTV people are to not make people look bad. I don't know. It just was a whacked episode. But anyway, here's the long and the short of it. On that, basically, what has happened in this episode is you had someone here, another girl with a child, that has been talking to this guy named Mike. And Mike, of course, he's wannabe Will Smith looking person, and she said she's been communicating with him online and she's talked to him twice on the phone and she really wants to meet him, but every time we get up there's always some reason why he can't come. So what happens is she calls it the Catfish people. Well, the Catfish people start hear her story and says, yeah, that would be really cool if we figure out a way to get you two talking and go from there. But here's the thing, they thought about it a little more and they said, okay, let's do some research on who this Mike is. Now, they start doing some basic online searches and they find out this guy Mike has possibly two profiles. And both under Mike, but then there's this other profile which seems to have one answer and another has another answer. So they're immediately thinking this person's hiding something. So what happened is that they called up, well, they messaged one that says, hi, I'm from MTV. This person wants to meet you. I'd like to talk to you. Will you call me? Or can I call you? And then they said, or something. Then they, and that was to a friend of Mike. So through that friend, they said here, well, Mike, I've known Mike for a while. We went to school together. I don't know if he communicates, but this is his number if you want to talk to him and go there. So they're like, okay, thank you. And we'll, but he also says, I know Mike's engaged. And I know that. And they're like, whoa, okay. So they try to call Mike up, and supposedly he's this big producer at some sort of a company or something, and he's not answering the phone. The voicemail doesn't even say his name, which is really bizarre. So the next thing they do is they left the voicemails, then they texted him. So they texted him, and then they got a response. They said, well, what do you want? He says, can I call you? Can I talk to you? And he says, I can text. They're like, okay, that's weird. Well, they texted, this is what's happening, and like to meet. And then they go back to Jasmine and tell Jasmine everything they know, that he's going to meet, but it's really weird. It's very suspicious. Okay. So Jasmine gets out there and they go to this complex, and this girl walks out in an orange dress saying, and throws a rose at Jasmine's feet, and Jasmine knows who this girl is, and her name is Missy. And what happened was Missy throws this rose and says, hi, I'm Mike. And then it found out that she created this whole website, and she created everything to embarrass Jasmine. So what happened was Jasmine goes, is like freaking out, because she's been played on national TV. So they're like, okay, no, I want to talk to her. He says, why this? And then we find out there was an ex-boyfriend named John, which both of them were kind of jockeying over and fighting over. And through John, that's where this whole drama occurred. Okay, so with John, she's like, oh, I hate her guts, I'll beat her ass and everything. And then Missy, Jasmine comes out of the car and goes up and says, why did you do this? And Missy goes, why not? On that, it was fun. Okay, so it's just like, wow, really? Your whole life is like that. Okay, whatever. So they just put her in the car and they drive off. And then they go back to her and say, I'd like to talk to you. Or no, they on that. So this is not the over with. Jasmine goes on back home. So eventually heartbroken. This is not the end of the show. Catfish guys call up this Missy girl. Say, I'd like to talk to you about this and see if I can get your side of the point of view. So they go there. And Missy's like, well, I'm not really a bad person. It's just I kept telling her not to do something and she kept doing it. And I just wanted her to go away. And that's all I wanted. And I'm not a bad person. So, really, I'm not a bad person. I just wanted her to go away. How about just go away? I'm not interested in your stories anymore. I don't want to deal with you anymore. Just leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. Fair? Now, I know these are younger people and I get that. And there's a phrase saying sometimes the old ways are the best. Because some of this particular thing was so petty. It was over this one guy, and the funny thing is neither one of them was really with that guy anymore, so it wouldn't make any difference on that. And this person, Missy, just made this website to vindictively hurt her, and she fell for the trap, hook, line, and sinker. And I have to say she asked for it. She asked for this thing, and that's here. I'm not taking a side, but at the same time, it's after hearing her logical reason, I just wanted her to stop. And I kept telling her to stop, so I'm going to create this elaborate ruse and then laugh at her, ha ha, you're such a bee, and and it's just like so petty. And it's, I don't know. It's just here, but here's the funny thing about MTV, which I thought was interesting, is the Catfish guys were like, "Oh, we really understand, and it's okay." And of course, they cue the music up like she had a hard life and everything. Okay, and it's like they completely forgot. This person admitted to creating this evil, this joke for fun. And it's like, where are you guys? What pipe are you smoking from? Because everyone else is watching the show. I mean, I wonder at times, is this the attention span of America, where 1 minute you have someone who lies on that and admit they lied and just laughing about it and walking in the parking lot laughing at her, and then they come back and I'm all touchy-feely and everything was mean? There's no phrase that says like that kind of stuff just comes around. And that's, I don't believe in karma, but that's kind of stuff that comes back to haunt you. And it comes back to haunt people big time. And it's not a solved issue. They said, yeah, MTV, everything's so fine, everything. No, it's... That issue isn't solved. That isn't over by far on that. And really, it's either something's going to happen about the issue or nothing's going to happen to the issue. I don't know. But I think it's interesting how they spun this and how they tried to... She was clearly the one that was out of line, yet MTV decided, well, she's not really out of line because she had a hard life. Well, I asked, what about the people that had hard lives that stole a loaf of bread to feed their family? Did they deserve prison? Think about it. That's basically what she did. How would she feel if she did the same thing and that joke, and then upon realizing she got played, she goes home and blows her head off or hangs herself? But just like the last video where he says here, how would that girl feel? I bet you it was an act on television. I bet you she wouldn't care either way on that. It's just an opinion. But anyway, This is Goose Off Dinosaur. Check it out. Catfish, episode 4. See your opinions. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.